People, you know, that was lost on a lot of people in the middle of that disaster.
That's true. That's true.
And Robert, I know that you visited another region that was devastated, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yes, because they had that 1-2 punch, and there was a lot of focus on Puerto Rico, and rightfully so. But the Virgin Islands were raising their hands, saying, "What about us?" And like everything that you saw in Puerto Rico, so many people there to help, and many were helping themselves, like the Phillips family, who I visited with, and I have an update on how they're doing, and others there in the Virgin Islands. Well, I would imagine you used to have windows here.
Doors.
Yes.
Doors?
Yeah, the hurricane shutters ripped off. That's what happened.
We first met the Phillips family last year. Despite their own circumstances, they jumped into action after their St. Thomas neighborhood was ravaged, first by Hurricane Irma and then by Maria. So it was out of necessity that you came up with this idea?
Yes. And because we were the only one left in this neighborhood with a roof.
The Phillips, with the help of their beautiful 12 children, cooked 250 meals daily for their community.
She took the china I purchased for her, and that's what we was using to feed the people until we got
why you did that.
To give people back a little bit of humanity.
Yeah, little hope.
Hi, GMA. Since you last saw me, I've been cooking for a non-profit group that's here in our islands helping us clean up. They're called All Hands and Hearts. I try to make special dishes for them so they can experience a little bit of the Caribbean.
Now working for the nonprofit, Mrs. Phillips turned her home kitchen into a fully functional commercial kitchen.
We have been cooking for 50 to 80 people every night except Sunday. Breakfast for dinner.
A hot and comforting meal and a friendly smile going a long way as the volunteers help to rebuild St. Thomas. You may remember Adopt a Family USVI. Care package initiative that sent thousands of supplies to the U.S. Virgin Islands at a crucial time.
You can't use it. Then you hand it off. You know somebody who can.
Well, the organization has since launched Adopt a Classroom.
We appreciate all your help and support and love that you're going to send us in those boxes.
Although class is back in session, 8 schools out of 32 public schools of the U.S. Virgin Islands were condemned, and many schools were badly damaged.
We have still have open ceiling, each day it rains, and we have a bucket there that's catching some of the water.
These devoted teachers now making the most with what they have.
I have a special today.
Little boxes of joy to help lift their spirits.
Thank you.
Say that so far at least 165 classrooms have been adopted through Adopt a Classroom. There are still more waiting adoption, and there's so much good that's going on right now. We see all these organizations in Puerto Rico and in the Virgin Islands, and we really wanted our viewers to see what you're doing is making a difference.
Huge difference.
And I got to tell you, when I was there, that simple box, you know, I say simple box, it's a lifeline. You should see how people light up when they would open those boxes, and now with the classrooms, you can do that as well.
I love what one of the gentlemen said. He said, if you don't need it, share what part of that box with somebody else. And that's really what they've done. And the teacher who said, you know, it rains in that corner of the classroom, but she's still teaching the kids in that classroom.
But we have to remember.
When you get that support from around the world, lets you know that people still love you, and people are behind you, and people are standing with you through the worst time of your life. And I think really appreciate it.
Even said, take a trip. It's a win-win for everybody.
All those areas are really about tourism. Really would help them. Yeah.
And thank you guys for that. Really appreciate it. Really great.
Thank you at home for, you know, you watch the news all the time in GMA and you help, and it makes such a difference.
Very appreciated. We'll be right back, everybody.